Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Liliveth Tate channel. Hello, how's everybody in the world today, tonight, afternoon, in your time? So, mega love shout out to all my members, my new subscribers who subscribed my channel, and to all my pioneers, subscribers, and viewers here in the Philippines, in other part of the world. So, how is everybody? So, in a few days, Valentine's is waving. So, our content or subject, hi, Vic, what's up? So, this is very interesting subject that we're gonna talk. It's all about hospitality because for those who knows Philippines, there's a lot of tourists or uh, foreigners went to jail because of those kind of action or um, personality that they doing here in the Philippines. So I just give you guys a little uh, story or clue why is Philippine government is be aware of those tourists or foreigners about doing blogging in the Philippines, any part of the Philippines. So feel free, guys, to drop your comment and share your opinion or experience, especially for those who been visited Philippines. All right. So I'll just read some guidelines that you must be think or aware before you visit Philippines. It's not what you think, okay, when it comes to our laws here in the Philippines. So I don't want to be elaborate all the details because I'm not the type of person that into the authority or the laws here, but I have some a little knowledge about our laws here. And I would like to congratulate my little sister. She's now a attorney. So if there's some legal question or legal advice, feel free, to contact me on my WhatsApp before you come here in the Philippines. So I have a sister that she knows all the legal things that you're gonna do here in the Philippines, whether in a relation, whether in a investment, whether in the laws and your rights as a foreign or as a tourist here in the Philippines. Thank you so much, Vic. Actually, that's a big that's a big accomplishment, achievement. Not only because my sister shared that moments to us, so her accomplishment or her success, it's our success too. So that's why, guys, if you notice, for those on my channel, I have a short video, some of the pictures, all my sister is in there, included Frank, her big brother. one of these days, because she's busy right now. Actually, she's not, she has so many work after, after the oath taking week. She's very busy because, you know what, she's not attorney, she's a police woman at the same time. So she's in the, in the women desk. uh because there's a lot BAUC, we call that BAUC, violence against women and child. So she has so many things doing that at the same time. She's in the financing thing. She's really busy. So one of this day, okay, one of this day, I will invite her. And also, she's not really into that, going online, because, for her protection. But if there's a, if there's a legal advice or legal, for those ones, especially, especially if foreigners wants to visit Philippines, okay. But don't think, guys, this is free. Of course, there's once you go to for that, there's a fee. But like I said, that, you can close door to negotiate about the fee, okay. Before, before, there's so many vloggers, like westerners. It doesn't really matter where you're from, but as long as, I don't want to elaborate, just only for American, European, or Estonian, or, I will specific this, to be fair for all of you, westerners. There's so many cases that, there's a lot of vloggers, westerners, that when they say something in the public, the government won't really pay attention, because that's the one thing that it brings a lot of, it brings, boost our economy for tourists coming here in the Philippines. But some of those tourists is just like, okay, they they have a big head for that, and they think that, oh, Philippines, I can do whatever they want to do because I'm like this, I came from this country. So they take for granted about that. But no, it's no longer that. So I'm not scared, you guys, to come to Philippines. But Filipino are very friendly. We are very accommodating race in Southeast Asia for any aspect of our, of our personality. All right, as long as you're good, you're nice to us, oh my god, you really, you really enjoy. So as you can notice that a lot of, tourists, when they ask which country in the Southeast Asia is the most beautiful, nice, they always tell Philippines. But I'm not saying that, other country is not. But when it comes to, particularly when it comes to language, it's easy for us to communicate with those tourists, because in our school we use two language: Tagalog, that's the national language of Filipinos, and then American English. So even if you lose, in the meadows, in the woods, or in the forest, you can still communicate with those locals, as long as you are not, you are nice to them. Yeah, they will, they will help you, or they will assess you, your needs if you lose. So here's some of the, some of the few things that I would like, to read and share this with you guys before you visit Philippines. Okay, I'm not saying this to scare you guys. No, I'm not. So I'm gonna um, share this so that of course, your money, it brings a lot to our country, but of course we need your your cooperation with my government. Okay, let me read this. I look flight expect me on April 14, Manila. So this year, Vic. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so according to our DILG secretary, John Vic Rimolia. So DILG stands for Department of Interior and Local Government. That's for short, DILG. So he's in charge of, like, for PNP. If my our PNP doing something, he's the one who in charge of that, protect the country. He's the one in charge that, like, if somebody's come here like tourists that was harmed with my people, he's the one who in charge that to protect also, or to help those foreign that my people harm, or for those foreigners coming here and do something against the law. He's the one who in charge that. Okay, so this is his statement, because there's a Estonian, after the Russian blogger Vitali, um, because that in Estonian, when he walks on the street, some of my people staring at him. It's not the thing that he's staring him to harm, but it's just like we Filipino, we're not used, especially if you're white. We're not, some black people we are staring because you are one of a kind, because we're used of our our looks. So it's just the staring is just like we amaze those people. But when he looks, he did. This is the thing, guys. He's doing that while he's filming, and tells Filipino people on the street that look like monkey. They act like monkey, and then he just, he act like a monkey. The sounds of the monkey. Okay, my poor Filipino people. They are not harm or insult or harass him. Why is he's saying that? Okay, so here's some of the things about, Remolia warns foreign national absolute zero tolerance over abuse of the Philippine hospitality. So the Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG Secretary John Vic Remolia, warned incoming foreign nationals against abusing the country's hospitality, stressing the government's strict law enforcement against visitors who disrespect the country and its people. Again, the statement came amid recent arrests of the two foreign bloggers who went viral on the social media for content widely criticized as mocking, as abusing, one of which even threatened spreading a highly trans, transmissible virus. Or the guy that uh he went to VGC. He's He's not American, but he's in European. And then he said, he said that go to BGC while doing his film and telling on his social media to spread HIV virus. What's wrong with these people? They scare people. When it comes to that kind of, transmitted disease, Filipino are very aware of that. So I don't understand why he's saying that. And then, he's just like, enjoy what he thinks people hear. No brain. So, okay, according to Remolia, Chikov was tested negative for any signs of HIV. Good thing that, that guy that, saying that online that he's negative, okay? His threats are only for clicks and rage baits, negative for people. So that kind of, excuse me, that kind of thing that, people doing, you cannot do that in other countries. Even though that, I always hear that they say that, Philippines is the third world country. But if you come here in the Philippines, there's so many places that you cannot see in your country. So I consider my country is the developing country, not third world country. So this is the statement from John Wick. Again, he said, we love tourists. Tourism is a big part of our economy, but if these foreigners make us look like fools, we will not back down. Remulla said in a press conference, we will give them the full weight of the law. So they will feel that if the Philippines is good when you look around, they will be better off when they are in prison, he said sarcastically. The statement came in amid the recent arrest of two foreign bloggers who went viral on the social media for content widely criticized as mocking and disrespect, one of whom even treated to spread the infectious virus disease. His name is Nikita Chikov, who went social media claiming his intent to spread the human endomino immunodeficiency virus or HIV, was arrested by Bureau of Immigration Fugitive Search Unit inside the condominium building in Quezon City. According to Remolia, Chikov was tested negative. Okay, that's good. HIV. Those his threats are only for clicks of cold rage baits. So I don't know. It's just like you can do things that people will give you like not to not to doing things like that because as a for those foreign, if the government will bond you, you cannot go back here. So Chikov is negative. Suman Kumar, where are you from? Hello. Negative for HIV, negative for all STD is other words. He was just trying to claim fame using the Filipino. And the cursing word of PI. He just saying that, but he sounds not. Hmm. Meanwhile, CM Rosipo Oh, this is another vlogger, Estonian vlogger, who also triggered criticism over his off-putting content, was arrested by Bureau of Immigration Intelligence Operative and anti-terrorist group in coordination with the Philippine National Police, Dumaguete. So this is happened in Dumaguete City. Police station Barangay Sintel officials both are now under custody of BI and are undergoing deportation proceeding last January 17. Vlogger Vitali, Vitali, I can hear, I can read Sorobotsky, Sorobotsky. I'm doing good. How about you? So he's the one that now, he went to jail because, he has so many violence. I violated, the laws here. So he just went to the prison for 9 months. Now he's deported back to Russia. Okay, so Vitaly was deported back to Russia after serving his 9 months detention in the Philippines. So he's the one that he said that in the detention cell that it's so hot. He can't really move. There's a lot of cockroaches and big rats go around. Like what happened to Vitaly, let this is one example for our tourists who love you all. We love you all. We welcome you to the Philippines, but please do not abuse our hospitality. So that's the bottom line here. Okay. So I don't want to elaborate that because this is a big thing for us. It's just like we Filipino, if we go to the other country, we follow. Even here, in my country, people there, when it comes to laws, I can tell some of us don't really follow. They do whatever they want to do because they know that some laws we are not enforced. But it's not all laws here that we are not really enforced. So we Filipino, if we go to other country, we face the consequence that if you do some violation, if there's if the leaders will say this, you will be prison or you will be punished by death penalty. We face that. My government try to help those victims or accused, but if the other country try, they will not take that kind of negotiation. So that's the consequence for those Filipino doing a violation about other countries' race. So the bottom line here that I mentioned this for those for those foreigners, because if you're not really aware of that, okay, don't come here because you will not enjoy the country. You will hate my country if the Philippine government will arrest you because you're not aware of what's going on in my country, what's the laws that we implemented that for those Westerners cannot do here, even my people. So if you're not aware of that, go to the country that they will not really enforce the law. So you have a good vacation or travel for that country. But here in the Philippines, no, you can. Because here's the thing, guys, that I noticed. Philippines and US government has the similarity when it comes to law. There's a certain laws in the US that we don't really have that, but there's a little similarity. But most of our laws, we have something in common. So if you're aware of the laws in the states, then you always think about that here. But there's a certain there's a certain laws here that my government, it really pay attention, especially for those vloggers that so disrespect, abuse our hospitality. They pay attention about that, guys, because especially beware, especially if it's election is coming. The politician is very aware of those kind of people coming here. They take it too serious about that. So beware. In Southeast Asia, Philippines is the nice country to stay, to visit, because like I said a while ago, that it's easy for foreigners to communicate with locals as long as you are nice. But if you bring some BS here, please don't. Because you think, Filipino are smiling, but you never know what they're gonna do for you. Hi, Ronald. Advance happy Valentine's to you. So are you celebrating Valentine's? So that's that's the thing that I don't really understand. Me, if I do some, like, traveling to different countries, or first time I gonna travel that country, I gonna do my research first. Number one, know the laws. That's the number one thing, that if you're a first time to visit that country, you have to know, it's not all, but you have some a little details when it comes to law. What is your right as a foreigner in that country? What is the what how the language, okay, the laws. Because, like, in other countries, if they okay for those, for the government to mocking their people, then fine. But some country, they don't, like Philippines. So we don't really want that, mocking our people, look, telling that, threaten, my people, that they gonna spread some this transmitted disease, and telling my people they are monkey. And if you say something, just tell to yourself, not online. Don't involve your personal impression to social media. Just keep it in yourself, because if you're gonna keep that in yourself, you're not harm people, and especially you will not harm yourself for saying that, because just only you just keep it in yourself. But I don't understand why these people try to show the world that, come on, if you think that we are not educated, no, it's not. In your country, you have lawyers. We have lawyers also. We have doctors. We have nurses. We have teachers. Everything. So don't do that. Not only in the Philippines, but in other countries that you're going to visit. No, I have no woman this year for Valentine's. You know what, Ronald? You can still celebrate Valentine's, because it's not only for lovers, for boyfriend and girlfriend. You also treat yourself, because that shows that you love yourself. Actually, Valentine's is about, that's there's a story behind of that. But when you look at it, different story. But for me, Valentine's Day, because that's the name of the person, the guy, Valentine. So it's not for, celebrating for those couple, for boyfriend and girlfriend. Of course, you can celebrate with your friends because you love your friends. And you also celebrate by yourself because you love yourself. You know what I mean. You get what I mean. So that's the bottom line that I really want to share this, guys. So when it comes to like I said, my opening message, that if you want some legal advice, all you have to do, just contact me on my WhatsApp. So I have WhatsApp there on my channel. If you need something about laws, you can contact me, because I can refer you to my sister. She knows everything here. Okay. Seabells, uh, real estate, everything. And she's not a fake lawyer. She's certified attorney. So, okay. So I will not recommend my sister if she is not. She is freshly graduate. So all the things that she learned in school is freshly still in her brain. Okay? Hi, MP. Magandang umaga din sa'yo. Kamusta ka dyan? Okay? So if you come here in the Philippines, okay, in your country, it doesn't really matter where you're from. If you leave the BS in your country and bring some, you know, good personality, good vibes, good energy for my people, I'm sure, guys, they will not, every time you ask. Actually, this is one thing that I would like to tell to all, foreigners coming here. Don't hesitate to ask. Okay, not in your country. If somebody will ask, they just ignore you. No, not in my people. If you lost, like if you're going to the city, just go to the bank. There's a security guards there. Even in the small convenience store, there's a security guards there. This is, believe me, guys, ask the security guards. But just like, try to understand. Sometimes they are hesitate because they're English, but still they can communicate. If you need help that nobody you can see a PNP on the street, if you can see the security guide, you can ask help for them. They are very accommodating, especially security guard in the mall. They will help you if you need help. So my advice, don't hesitate, all right? Don't be shy to tell, because we Filipino, if somebody asks, we're very, accommodating. Not in your country that if somebody asks, they just ignore. They act like they don't hear you. They don't see you. I have a story that, one of, before I met Frank. There's a woman that wants to visit him. Okay, because here in the Philippines, the way that we give the direction is just like, when you walk in like 5 meters on the left side, you can see a gas station, and the place that you're looking for is right there. Okay, that's the way how Filipino give direction. But I'm gonna say this for American, it's totally different. They will tell, is this in the south, is this the north, how many blocks, things like that. So when Frank asked me the direction, I told him, okay, when you just like 10 meters away from here, you're gonna turn to the left, and then when you saw a big building, then go straight, and then just a few meters, then turn right. We get, he confused. He don't really understand that. There's the only, when that woman asks about the direction, because he's going to visit to Frank's place, and she lost. So she asked about, I'm not prejudiced against, white people. When he asked white American, nobody assist her. It's just like, they act, they don't see her, they don't hear him. The only person who gave her direction is a black. So don't, for those, it doesn't really matter if you're white or black. If you ask help or direction to those people here, particularly, like I said, to the security guards or PNB, they will help you. Okay, don't hesitate. Even if you ride on the LRT or MRT, if you're gonna ask, where's, hi Ryan, how are you, brother? If you ask, where's the station of this, what, if you're gonna go to this place, what station you gonna stop, they will help you. So that's the thing that, um, when it comes to, us help, majority of my people, they will not, they will accommodate you. Some are snobby, but different country has the same thing, but it's kind of a rare that, if you ask help or information, they will assess as long as they know. But beware, okay? So for those, for foreigner coming here, beware of those taxi driver, huh? You must, don't, if it's a little, if they are nice negotiation with you guys, it's just like they will tell, okay, they're gonna use the meter. So if they gonna tell you, okay sir, you're for the additional, it's up to you, but don't let them that, negotiate before you give a ride. So if they will rob you for, for the meter, don't go to them, because you're gonna tolerate it, their bad doing. So beware of that. Make sure that you ride on the taxi that use meter, or if you know about the grab, it's better, to take grab than, some of the taxi driver here, they are not honest, but I'm not saying all, but some are not, are not good to people, because I experience a lot of that. So I prepare, now that I have a car, so I don't need to deal with those taxi. And those strike, beware, huh? Always pay attention the price before you ride, because instead of 50 pesos, they gonna ask for 500 pesos. Make sure that that's legal, because here some trikes here, guys, they have, trike station. So they will not, first come first serve. It's not the way they do. So if they're gonna do first come first serve, that it's legal. So they waiting for their, for their number. So beware of that, because if, okay, if those foreigners, that my people, like, if you ride on the trike that's just only 50 pesos, and then they ask for 500 pesos, don't don't argue with them. All you have to do, if you're very aware of that, just go straight to the police station, and that's the time you can tell that, you can complain to the police station. Even, even the taxi driver take the license plate, you can report that to the LTO. So the LTO stands for Land Transportation. So you can complain about that. So, the tourist is also is protected by the government. As long as you're doing good, if my people doing not right to you, they can help you for that. So beware of that. Okay, you have the right. What Filipino rights here is just like when it comes to your safety is the same. As long as you're doing right here, my government will help you not to harm you here, because I read a while ago that the statement of our uh, DILG secretary that tourists coming here in the Philippines, it boosts our economy. Okay, so there's no reason for those foreigners coming here to harm. So we want foreigners coming here is to enjoy their vacation, to enjoy their friends that they want to meet. Okay, so I know that there's a lot of foreigners here that they're doing good here. Okay, they enjoy because they have a common sense to understand that, oh, I will not bring BS here. Okay. Because if you're gonna bring the BS here, okay, of course, what can you expect if you bring BS here? Hi, Sharon. Good morning. Likewise. So that's all, guys. I don't really wants to scare you for that, but the one thing that I want to tell this, beware, okay? Because if you're gonna come here in the Philippines and then you are not aware of that, if you're doing, uh, BS in your country, and then you're gonna bring here and you will end up in the prison because you're not aware of that. You're not watching Liliveth Tate channel. Um, you know what? Speaking of that, I think for me, I prepared to stay here in my country. Seriously, Ryan. Before I was so excited. I was so excited. When I was kid, I want to go to the United States. Okay. Then when I started to talk and when I married to Frank, things changed. And I have two times turned down with the US embassy. So, but I'm not really close my door. It's just like I'm not totally close my door for that. Okay? I just put a little gap. If there's a opportunity, to go to the United States, there's a gap, but it's not totally closed. All right? So, I don't have a problem. Frank is here. I don't have worry if I go around by myself. I don't worry that somebody knocking the door in are harassing. He's safe here. And I don't have worries if we go out together, if somebody stop him, my people know. For he's living here for 7 years, nobody stop him. Nobody harassed him. And in fact, because Frank is he's older than me. My people always assisted him. So I don't have that kind of worry. So in this kind of situation, what's going on the states, I think Frank will tell me, "Oh, Lily, don't go outside because this is what happened to you." Because what I say that even the US citizen was harassed, especially if they have a color on their skin, their hair is not blonde. Okay. So I don't want that happen. My husband is old, too old for that. No matter what, in his mind, I can protect my wife or my family, but just only his mind, but his body cannot. So I don't want to happen that for him. Okay. So I want to enjoy my time with him without thinking uh this kind of problem in my country. There's a thing here in my country, but it's not as bad. Well, some, I'm not saying, okay, I'm not saying all Americans. Some American, they are think that, but you can see all over the world, some European leaders, what about, you know, these, uh, so what the US, thing. So I don't want that. I don't want to go on that. We're good. We're good here. I don't have, I don't want to create anxiety, depression in myself if my husband go out, because nobody harm him, because he's not violated the law. So he's legal here to stay in my country. So I protect him. But it's just like, if you go to the States, you cannot really tell to yourself, or you cannot guarantee for those American that married to Asians. You can't, because look, some American, I try, I try to do things, but I just keep learning, to share screen. There's a American uh young man crying for his health, begging for his safety, because he said that when he left home, he don't really expect if he come back alive home. He's worried about if his mother, if somebody, uh arrest him anytime. And this is the thing. And this is the thing, guys. If they ask, "Are you American?" Okay. And then some American that they are not, they are not, like, for like we call that American Filipino. In for those Filipino married to white, and you can see that, you can really tell that, they're mixed. So they are, and the accent, if they born in the States, that they get the accent. But if you're coming there, you're grown, and then you accent, there's still Filipino accent, they will question about that. So now, if they ask, and I saw a lot of this, I don't think that this is AI, because I'm aware of AI also, artificial intelligence. So they ask, "Are you American?" And then they said, "Yes, show me your ID." This is the one thing, they ask ID, but they don't believe that they are American. They still insist, to arrest that. All right. If you have, you can speak English, but your accent is not American or what, they will question you. Is that the thing that, oh my goodness. And now I told the sorry, Jeffrey Epstein files. So when I asked Frank, this is very, now this is very trending. Jeffrey Epstein. And then when I search about his name, he's dead. So Frank told me about that. so I don't want to mention that. But anyway, go back to go back to the main topic. Okay, so that's one thing, guys, that if you come here in the Philippines, especially for those first timer, oh, I can guarantee you guys, there's so many nice beaches here in the Philippines. Okay, there's some area that you really enjoy dealing with the locals. Okay, but before you do that, do a little research. Know the people, know the system, the culture, the laws. Okay, because don't come here to the Philippines. You expect that it's cold, like in the states, that or in Europe, that there's a winter there. Don't expect that, because Philippines is a tropical country. Don't go online and tell that, oh, it's very hot in the Philippines. I told you that Philippines is tropical country, especially if it's summer, is really hot. Okay, so you have to be aware of that. If you cannot really resist the hot here in the Philippines, don't come, because you will not enjoy your vacation here. And when it comes to food, don't punish yourself by eating balot if you can't. Okay, don't. So for those people that try to, if you cannot take to eat balut, don't force yourself. And then you're gonna do that online, that you look so funny. Don't. You have to give respect to yourself also. If you can't, then don't. There's so many good Filipino food, except not only balut that you can try. There's so many good Filipino food that you can try. Don't fall for those people try to challenge you to eat balut. No, and then you're gonna do that online, and oh no. You also give respect to the balut, because some Filipino, that kind of food, it's bring them uh, energy. Okay, so don't too much, don't believe for those people, oh, go to the Philippines, eat balut. If you can't really take, don't challenge them, don't take the challenge. Because, like, this is one thing that I'm not really, this is my, I'm just be honest with you guys, I don't take it this personal. But I understand those less people, the only food that they can able to buy their money is balut. So if you're gonna shown online that you have so much negative comment about the balut, okay, I don't like that, because you never know what they've been through, why they eat balut. Some people, they just eat snack, but some Filipino that they cannot really have enough money to buy the real food. So the only thing that they can able, to feed their, the growling stomach is the balut. So don't mocking too much of balut. Give some, like I said, give a little respect for the balut. Okay? And same thing also in your country. If somebody will mocking, and you know that the less people, that's the only food that they can able, to feed their family, you don't really want to hear that. It's okay to say, me, I'm very considerate person. If you say something, okay, you don't like balut because of the that embryo, fine. But don't really, too much, mocking about, because that balut is very special for those people cannot have the real food on their table. Okay, so that's one thing. But like I said, that there's so many food that you can try here in the Philippines. If you don't like, if you're not doubt about to try the food, then next. Okay, And please, please, if you want to try food, Filipino food, at first, don't do it. Don't film. But on the second time, so that you can have a good comment, then that's the time that you film. But first, just do experiment which food you like. Because if you're gonna eat balut and your face is frowning and you threw up and oh my goodness, we don't want to see that. And you look so, you look disgusting on your online. I don't know. That's the way I look. So that's the how do Philippines people deal with people with disability? Oh, you know what, Ryan? That's a good question. Here in the Philippines, if you go to the mall, as long as like those kind of disability like you, if you can control, no, people treated you like a normal here. Okay, as long as you can control that, and you you cannot you cannot feel that you are you are behind or discriminated. Yeah, people treated you like like a normal people. But for those the young that they need they need assistant for that, or somebody with company, people Filipino here, are we aware of that? We aware of that, that we don't really say something towards those people that has disabilities. We don't, because we aware of that. Actually we have some programs here in the Philippines that those they have like what do you call that? The same, this kind of a disability that actually recently there's what do you call that, that they have the same faces. Uh, oh, they have Down syndrome. There's a Filipino movie um, that they give some part of those Down syndrome. But you know what? That a Filipina has a Down syndrome. She's very good in acting, and you know what? She won Best Actress for the first time she go to that movie. So we pay attention about those people that disability, and then in fact, there's some restaurant that they accept those people that has this disability to work. So we Filipino, we're very we're very aware of that. We don't really mocking or what. We don't. So that's the thing here, that we're aware of, to understand those people because of that. And they have also program for that. And in fact, guys, they're very talented about that. So I have, the Philippine government, it don't really, we can handle that. We treated those people has disability like a normal. So it's just like, I forgot, the title of that Filipino movie. Because, you can see, all those Down syndrome, they have participate on that movie. They're very good. She can, she can hold her line when to act in front of the camera, and that's why she won Best Actress, because some of those Down syndrome they cannot really handle with that, but she's really smart to handle that, and that's why she catch people attention. So here's, okay, before I gonna close this live streaming, so here's the thing that once you come here, or before you come here in the Philippines, it doesn't really matter for those, many times coming here, because they know already, so they know how to deal Philippines, especially for the, for the government, the system, I mean. So for those first time you're coming here in the Philippines, all you have to do, just do a little research, know the system, the food, okay, the weather, um the locals, and then uh when you go to different cities outside Metro Manila, beware in Mindanao. Okay, you cannot go in Mindanao. There's a certain area in Mindanao that you cannot really go by yourself. You have to coordinate your district, or the barangay, so that your barangay can able to assist you, or your safety. So you cannot go to different cities or different area in Mindanao by yourself. Okay, there's a certain area there that it's all Muslim. So you have to coordinate with their leaders before you get in there. Okay, for your safety. That's my advice. Especially if you know that the area is majority of people living there is Filipino Muslim, you have to coordinate with their leader. If you coordinate, it's up to them. They will allow you to go to their village, or sometimes they can't. So if they want to let you in on their village, don't exist. I don't what do you call that, um insist. Okay, don't insist to go there. Okay, because if they don't, you have to respect that. But if they want, yes, you're welcome to go there, but you have to coordinate with their leaders for your safety. So that's all I can advise. So like I said, don't bring BS here, because if you're gonna bring BS, it brings you trouble here. So if you leave your BS, you're safe here. All right, always leave the BS. Always be humble, especially if you're new to that country or place. That's the best, and that's the CPS thing that you can do for yourself. And then if you're gonna go to, like, if you go to the outside Metro Manila and locals, and you shown some attitudes, my God, I cannot guarantee you guys that if you're okay there. So beware about that. So any question? I something there's something wrong with, maybe my memory is full. My phone is, it's frozen. So I cannot really, I'm planning to get some of my phone, but I noticed that the months goes by, the the price of the phone is getting less. Because I saw there's a leakage, that they will show on the iPhone 18. The color is, purple, pink, and the other one, there's three color. So there's a leakage of the iPhone 18. They will show that, next year. So I try to get the less. So I'm just patient because I'm not rushing to get the phone. So I want to get the good deal. Okay, there you go. Back to, because I have so many pictures that I stored in my phone during my sister's, during my birthday, my sister's birthday, and then, the graduation of my sister, the Thanksgiving dinner, and then the oath taking. I have so many pictures on my phone. So I think that's the reason why it stopped. Okay, there you go. It's moving now. So, Ryan, if you come here in the Philippines, don't worry. Everyone is welcome you here. Everyone will help you, will guide you if you go to the mall or what. Like I said, that, don't hesitate to ask assistance. Filipino people willing to help you. But beware of my people because, like I said, not all are, beware, beware, beware of the dog. But majority of people, as long as you're actually, um, they're very, Filipino are very friendly because if you're very, like, you like to jam with, Filipino. Oh yeah, you have. I think some of the foreigners coming here that once they, Filipino, they feel that, oh, this person is, it's easy to uh, communicate. They will enjoy. They are welcome to. They're welcome to their family. If there's a if there's a party, they will invite you to come and visit. But some if you are not, when it comes to food, if you are so picky, don't come. And you will say, I don't like the food, it's salty or what. No. I said if you say something, just tell to yourself. Don't share that in social media because there's a lot of Filipino will mock. Oh, by the way, guys, speaking of Dumaguete City, Dumaguete City, there's an ordinance there that they will not accept people are bastos. The ordinance is the bawal ang bastos, it's prohibited for those disrespect people because it's easy for them to announce that you are persona non grata. Mhm. Beware in Dumaguete. I like Dumaguete because people there are very disciplined. I don't know now. But when I go to Dumaguete City, I like, very clean. People are very disciplined. And you cannot easily spit in different, places. There's a certain area that you can spit. And I told that to Frank. But, Frank don't really go to that. It's part of, cleanliness in the city. Because, it happens that when I go to Dumaguete City, I have a cough, and first time I don't know that the ordinance that you cannot easily to spit anywhere. So I spit. I just there's a coconut tree, and then there's a bench. So I don't really spit that because I don't see the the garbage or the toilet. So I just spit on the coconut on the soil. But people living in Dumaguete, be aware of those who come first time. And good thing that she said to me that, oh, I know you are not here. And then I told her why, because you spit on the coconut tree. That's prohibited here. There's a law that you cannot spit in the public area, just simple as that. So there's a segregated area that you can speak. So that's I learned from that. So they give me a consideration for that because I don't know the law. But I'm not the type of person the time that I just spit on the ground. So I make sure I spit on the on the coconut tree because there's a soil there. So I like the Magete, when I go, because I just ride on the ferry to go to the Magete. Oh my God, if I can catch, I saw the baby tuna. So I really want to catch that on the water. It's nice. But I don't know because it's been a long time. I was, a teenager when I visit Dumaguete. Because, I just ride on by the bus, Dumaguete to Cebu. Because in my place, the last city, I don't need to ride on the airplane to go to Cebu City. I just, ride on the bus and then barge. So that's what I did when I visit Cebu City. Because oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for donation from Brother Vic. Okay, I give you heart for that. So thank you so much for. I really appreciate it. And you know what, Vic? I went to your girlfriend place. I like their place. It's so I like their place, but it's kind of a far from Metro Manila going to her place. But I like her place. So that's the. So I try to do things on my phone. Oh yeah, you don't want to visit her place? Oh, how long you gonna stay here, Vic? Weeks or months? Oh, that's well, time moves so fast. So April. Yeah, that's summer. So nothing to 3 weeks. That's good because coming here in the Philippines, it's summer. Nothing to worry about the flood because it's summer. But the only thing I don't know if you can really resist, the the humidity. You don't have to bring some winter, just bring summer clothes, okay? Oh, by the way, Vic, what state you from? North. Okay, North. I'm gonna remember that because one of my question. So I'm gonna do some question for you because remember, I'm gonna do some interview on you. So I'll just do some question that I want to ask from you. Where's the pen here? Excuse, guys. I want to get, because sometimes I don't know. It's easy for me to forget things. Hold on. North, north. I hope Virginia and I can see you and Frank. Oh, no problem. Just let me know, okay? I want also to meet, your girlfriend, Virginia. She's Ilocana, Manang. We call that, I know, I understand some Ilocano words, all right? So in Ilocano, because she's in, Ilocos. So Manang, that's very respectful for those women, Manang Virginia. So I call her Manang Virginia. But here in Metro Manila, ate, that's, we call that ate. It reminds me of one of my, one of my friend. She's from Chicago. She's older than me, and I asked her if I can call her ate. And then she said, she refused because she said that sounds like I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat her. Because, ate is just like the past tense of eat, ate. But, that's a Filipino. That's, very, very sweet, to show the way you call a respect. In Ilocos, for male, they call it manong. For female, manang. But here in Metro Manila, for ate, but it's just like sometimes we use that to call little girl ate. It's just like a endearment term, to show that you shown a respect to the little girl. But in informal term of calling is just like ate, use a big sister. You cannot call me if you're younger than me, ate. So you have to call me if you cannot call me if you're older than me. Okay? So you can call like ining. So ining is just like little sister, but ate is big sister. So different region, they have different term to call you for a respect term. But I know in Ilocos, when they call you like older men, they call it manong. Older women, ate. And then there's if you're the youngest son, they call it ading. So can you hear sometimes, they call it the man adding. That's, the endearment term for Ilocano. For eldest daughter, they call it balasang. For eldest son, they call it balong. The term of the word balong in Visayas, in Hiligaynon, somewhere in Iloilo, balong means drunk. That's in Iloilo term, but in Ilocano, that's the respect term for older, I for the for the eldest son balong. So it's very confused, no? If you learn Tagalog in different dialect, I can speak, a little, a little Ilocano. Because my sister, she married to a Ilocano in Nueva Ecija, so I can speak a little Ilocano. But maybe if I stay in Ilocos, I can be a fluent Ilocana. So I hope, just, if you're coming here, Vic, if you if you have WhatsApp, all you have to do, just check on my, my channel, because my WhatsApp is there. So just let us know. And I'm also want to meet you, and of course Virginia, Manang, Virginia. So any comment, guys? So soon I'm gonna do our schedule for interview. Okay, because one of these days I'm so busy, so I have also, to learn something new about my laptop. And before, guys, before I go this live stream, I have so many things that, oh my god, I can't, I almost to give up, but I have to do something, because here's the thing: before, I just use my phone to do live, but now it's no longer that. I'm using my laptop. So I really want to learn something, share screen, because I want some of you to see, if I can, try to learn something. So the two bloggers, that how they mocking, the Filipino, I hope that I can able, to share on that. You can really tell that, but for those races, they don't really pay attention for that. But for those people that, you aware of, this kind of personality or those behavior, you can really tell that, oh, this is not right. Okay. Yes, read what Frank said. You guys must come and visit us. Okay. Actually, guys, if I gonna tell you, okay, you can welcome, to visit our home. As a Filipina, I do as Filipino hospitality. But there's a things that, and there's a black guy that we invite. They already, Frank and him talk, but last 2 minute guys tell us that, oh, he don't wants to come here, but we already prepared those things. We bought, I cook food. So it's just like, it's so, you know uh disappointed about that. But we don't say nothing to that person. But it's just like, okay, if you're not sure, okay, especially guys that we do effort, I'm not feel good also, because that time Frank did, even though he's not so, he bought, the special pizza. It's too far from here. You can go to the other side of, Paranaque City. And then he end up received some messages that that person cannot come, so we already spent, and I already cook. I went to the market. So it's just like, okay, good for us. I bought, the deep dish pizza, the whole deep pizza, because I want them also to share. But they did not come, because the excuse is, ay nako. Okay, you gotta do a live stream. Okay, I'm gonna go there, because I'm gonna end up this also. Anyway, thank you so very much, Vic. Take it easy. No, he visited us twice. Guys, first time Jerome coming here. Okay. So I'm refused to, because if he's a Filipino, I will give a lot of food. Because that time I cook a lot, you know, I cook a lot. So I just refuse. It's American also accept, bring home food. So I did not, because I don't want also, to he think that, he can afford to buy food. But for Filipino, yeah, I will give, because I cannot eat that. We cannot eat that so much food. I thought that, but and I asked Frank, is that okay to give something, if there's a leftover food, And then he said, oh yeah. Oh, that's the time, the second time he came here in my crib. I give everything that I cook for him, because we cannot finish this. So maybe we can eat this 3 times or 4 times. My goodness. So I thought that the first time I did not do that, because I don't want also that he feels disrespect. But Frank said, oh yeah, and then he was so happy that I gave him food. That's so. But speaking of Jerome, Jerome, if you're coming back here in the Philippines, just let us know. You're always welcome here in my crib. Okay, guys, so I won't stay long. So I hope that, for those, come and visit this live streaming, you can learn something and about, the Philippine laws, just especially if you're vlogger, beware of your action, your words towards Filipino people. So if you're not aware of that, I think my advice, don't come here, because if you insist of that kind of situation, you might get in trouble for that. So once again, guys, thank you so much and have a good day to everyone. Bye. Oh, by the way, guys, watch out for this. One of these days I will do interview to 8,000 miles away. So keep on watching, or if you have time, feel free, to join with us. So I'm gonna do that on the StreamYard, so that everyone can able to join on the panel after the interview. So once again, guys, thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.